guys, welcome back to my channel. And I am here tonight with another Dollar Tree haul, but this time it is a little different. It is a Dollar Tree book haul. This is actually a haul of books that I bought during one of my past Dollar Tree hauls. I just decided to set them aside and make a whole other video out of them. Since I'm kind of doing the whole fall book thing and talked about doing one at Christmas, I thought I'd make a separate video. And so that's what we're going to do. So anyway, anybody that shops at Dollar Tree knows Dollar Tree carries books. I don't know about at your Dollar Tree, but my Dollar Tree, the book section tends to be just kind of a mess a lot of the time. You know, books are kind of like just tossed all over. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And again, books that show up at Dollar Tree are a lot of times I find hit or miss, because typically they're books that are coming from another store because either there was a surplus of them or they didn't sell for whatever reason. I feel like sometimes that reason is because the book just wasn't that good. But I have read some really great books that I've picked up at Dollar Tree. So I would say typically when I end up buying books at Dollar Tree, it's because I notice, like this trip, that there's actually like an organized section of books that appear to have come in like a new shipment, and there might be like 8 copies of this one, 12 copies of this one. It's a little more organized. So to me it says, oh, hey, these are new books that came from wherever, Target, Barnes and Noble, who knows. And so I usually will take a minute to kind of glance through them and see if there's anything that sounds good and pick up a few, because of course I've got 100 books here that I need to read, but you just can't pass up a book for $1 when it sounds good and you love books. So anyway, I'm just going to go through the ones that I picked up on this haul. And I've got my tea here. My allergies have been terrible, so I've been trying to drink tea in the evening. So hopefully that's helping. The first couple books that I picked up at Dollar Tree are Christmas books, which I had mentioned in my fall book haul, or my books that I plan to read for kind of fall Halloween, that I'd kind of like to do maybe the same thing for Christmas or into the winter season. I feel like this one's going to be a little tougher for me, because I feel like a lot of Christmas holiday books tend to be just cheesy romance, and I get it, it's the holidays. Nobody wants to write about, you know, like murder mysteries or anything at Christmas, but I can't get into a whole lot of that. So I'm not sure how many books I will read if that's all I can find, but I can usually stomach a couple. So, especially if they're short. So I happened to come across a couple that I thought would work for that, so I went ahead and picked them up. The first one here is called Home for Christmas. It is by Andrew Greeley, and that's what it looks like. Sorry, I'm getting a glare from the light. But just looking at the back, sounds like, yes, this is definitely like a romance. Peter and Mariana have been in love with each other all their lives, but one night Peter makes a foolish choice in anger that forces him to leave her behind. Guilt and fear lead him to the army, where he becomes Captain Kane, war hero. But even that is not enough to make him forget his humiliation or his love for Mariana. Again, so probably going to be kind of cheesy romance. Hopefully there's enough Christmas in there to help cover it up. Regardless, it's not very long. If I'm going to read something that's kind of super cheesy and romantic, it needs to be short, because I can't stomach it for long. So this one is like 200 pages. So that's one I may use for a Christmas series. And then the next one I picked up is Holly Chamberlain, The Season of Us, which is also another Christmas book, as you can see. I have read some of this author's books. I can't say that I loved them. I didn't hate them. So this might be a good choice. I feel like there's probably at least some more storyline going in here. It's not all just like romantic based, but just to kind of give you the synopsis off the back, says, to outsiders, Appleville, New Hampshire is a storybook small town. To Jinsey Gannon Lungo, it was a place to escape from as quickly as she could. Since she moved away 20 years ago, Appleville has been her hometown in name only. But at her brother Tommy's urging, Jinsey is coming back to visit their recently widowed mother in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and she's bringing her teenage daughter. I'm not going to read all of it, but gives you an idea. So obviously centered around coming home for Christmas. Seems like there's another storyline going at least there. So I will probably do this one for the Christmas season. This one's a little longer. Looks like it's 265 pages, so still probably a short, quick read. Then some of the other ones that I picked up, I got quite a few books actually. Like I said, they clearly had gotten in a new shipment of large quantities of these books that had come from another store. So this one's a little chunkier. It's a good 400 and some pages, it looks like. And this one is called The Yellow Eyes of Crocodiles by Catherine Penkel. I don't know, I'm probably butchering names, but that's the cover. And this one says, when her chronically unemployed husband runs off to start a crocodile farm in Kenya with his mistress, mother of two, Josephine Cortez is left to try and make ends meet on her meager salary as a medieval history scholar. Meanwhile, Josephine's charismatic sister, Iris, seems to have it all. A wealthy husband, gorgeous looks, and a très chic Paris address. And yet, Iris is beyond bored. When Iris charms a famous publisher into offering her a lucrative deal for a 12th century romance, she offers her sister a deal of her own. Josephine will write the novel and pocket all the proceeds, but the book will be published under Iris's name. All is well, that is, until the book becomes the literary sensation of the season. So that one actually sounds pretty interesting to me. As long as it's decently written, this sounds like a story I could probably get into. The next one that I picked up, this is definitely a type of book I would absolutely pick up. It is called The Housekeeper by Natalie Borelli. It says a twisted psychological thriller. And on the back it says they share a past, but only one of them knows it. Ooh, scandalous. When Claire sees Hannah Wilson at an exclusive Manhattan hair salon, it's like a knife slicing through barely healed scars. It may have been 10 years since Claire last saw Hannah, but she has thought of her every day and not in a good way. So Claire does what anyone would do in her position. She stalks her. Hannah is now Mrs. Carter, living the charmed life that should have been Claire's. It's the life Claire used to have before Hannah came along and took it all away. And then there's some more, but so that gives you enough of the gist. So I definitely, this is a genre I tend to lean towards, like psychological thrillers, mysteries. I would say that's probably what I read the most of. So I will probably read this depending on how it's written. I don't know that I'll love it, but I will let you know. And this one is 260 pages. So again, not a super heavy read. This next one is pretty good sized, and it is called What My Sister Knew by Nina Lauren. And there's the cover. And the back says, I look up at the TV screen and the face of my twin brother is splashed across it, life size. It's a shock that makes my breath catch. This is my brother as an adult. My brother, whom I last saw 15 years ago after the fire that killed our parents, covered in soot, clutching a lighter in his hand, his knuckles stark white against the dirt and ash. Everyone always said he'd grow up to be a heartbreaker, but his face has gone gaunt instead. The stubble on his cheeks and chin is patchy, and his eyes look dull and dark. My first thought is that it's not him, not my beautiful brother, the golden boy whom everyone loved. Yet deep down, I've always known this would eventually happen. What did you do this time, Eli? What the hell did you do? So this one definitely sounds like some kind of thriller, psychological something or other going on. Lengthwise, this one is like 370 pages, so a little heavier. And the next one I got, this one is called Better With You Here by Gwendolyn Zapita. And I will try to link all these down below. So if any of these sound interesting to you, you can try to go look them up. You know, chance, depending on where you're at, maybe they're at your Dollar Tree. I think that's kind of a shot in the dark because I feel like all of our Dollar Trees get their supply from other stores based on, you know, their location. But if it sounds like a good book, you might want to go look it up, see if you can pick it up used on Amazon. So I will try and link all these down below in the description. So this one says, if you ask her, Natasha Davila will tell you there's nothing more important to her than her kids. She'll do anything for her son and daughter, even play nice with her ex-husband. Only now she's facing a problem she never expected. Her ex is remarrying and suing her for full custody. She could fall to pieces, or she could call on her friends. There's Sarah, whose tough talk hides a soft and loyal heart, and Haley, who has so much more to offer than a pretty face. When they're together, Natasha doesn't have to be someone's wife or someone's mother. She can just be. And some remind us what true friendship is really about. When Natasha's ex ups the ante and exposes some disturbing news about her friends, she's forced to cut ties. But can she really walk away from the women who have been standing beside her? So this one sounds kind of good. Still sounds like maybe it's got some maybe some mystery in it, but kind of maybe more of like a women's contemporary fiction, like friendship type of story going on. So that one sounds pretty good. And this one is right around 320 some pages. So again, not terribly long. The next one I have here is called The Coincidence Makers by, I'm probably totally butchering this author's name, Yoav Bloom. He's an Israeli author, so that's probably why I'm butchering his name. But this one says, part thriller, part mystery, part love story. What if the drink you just spilled, the train you just missed, or the lottery ticket you just found was not just a random occurrence? What if it's all part of a bigger plan? Enter the coincidence makers, Guy, Emily, and Eric, 3 seemingly ordinary people who work for a secret organization devoted to creating and carrying out coincidences. What the rest of the world sees as random occurrences are, in fact, carefully orchestrated events designed to spark significant changes in the lives of their targets. Lovers-to-be, scientists on the brink of breakthroughs, struggling artists starve for inspiration. And when an assignment of the highest level is slipped under Guy's door one night, he knows it will be the most difficult and dangerous coincidence he's ever had to fulfill. But not even a coincidence maker can see how this assignment is about to change all of their lives and teach them the true nature of fate and free will and the real meaning of love. So that one sounds kind of interesting, kind of like out there, a little different. Sorry, my dogs are down there. I'm not really sure what they're doing. I'm distracted by them. But so I will definitely check that one out. This one, I just like the cover for one thing. It just looks kind of, I don't know, it made me feel some type of way. Does anybody else buy books because of the cover? Like they like what's on the cover? The cover art makes them want to read the book? Or is it just me? I feel like if you're a true book lover, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I digress. This one is called Flying at Night, and it's by Rebecca L. Brown. And just the synopsis of this one. This one, again, lengthwise looks around 300 pages. While she was growing up, Piper's father, Lance, the Silver Eagle Whitman, became a national hero piloting a plane through an emergency landing. But at home, he was a controlling and overbearing presence in her life, raining emotional and verbal abuse upon the entire family. It's no surprise, then, that as an adult, Piper has poured all of her energy into creating a warm and loving home for her own family, while catering to her son Fred's ever-growing idiosyncrasies. Then Lance has a heart attack, leaving him with a brain injury and dependent upon Piper for his care. Just before tests confirm Piper's suspicions that Fred is on the autism spectrum. Oh, wow. A powerful and extraordinary novel, Flying at Night, gives voice to Fred, trying to find his place in the world that doesn't quite understand him, to Lance, who's lost what made him the man he was, for better and worse, and to Piper, who, while desperately trying to navigate the shifting landscape around her, watches as her son and father start to connect in the most miraculous way. This actually sounds really good. Like, that description made me kind of anxious to read it. So, yeah, I will let you guys know. This one sounds like something I could get behind. Um, so I'm actually reading the description made me a little more excited about that find for $1. So that is actually all the books, novels that I picked up at Dollar Tree. But along the book line, I thought I would share these two since I was here. I don't know if anybody else has seen these. I don't have children, so like I don't frequently look in the children's books, toys, all that sort of stuff at Dollar Tree. But like any adult who likes to relax and likes to do things that bring them joy and relaxation, I do enjoy coloring. I do enjoy art, crafting, all of that stuff. I can't say I haven't dug through the coloring books at Dollar Tree a time or two. And I will tell you that during the quarantine, I took one trip to Dollar Tree because let's be real, while we were stuck at home, we were all bored out of our mind watching everything under the sun on Netflix, including Tiger King, frantically looking for puzzles that were like sold out everywhere, Lego sets. I mean, anything we could do to entertain ourselves. So one day I took a trip to Dollar Tree and I just happened to be looking through I thought, let me pick up some word searches or something to do like while I watch TV or just pass the time while I'm stuck at home. And I happened to come across some of these books. And I don't know if you can see, but they're sticker puzzles. And I picked up like 2 of them. Obviously they're for children, but it was just something different to do. So I picked up 2 of them during quarantine, and I actually really enjoyed doing them, as silly as that may sound. They were very relaxing. They're not complicated, but it was something, just a distraction, relaxing, filled some time. And honestly, after I finished the 2 that I picked up, I hadn't seen them since. And that's been, gosh, that was probably, let's see, we started quarantining here mid-March. So I probably found them, I would say maybe end of May. So what, we're now end of September, heading to October, and I had not seen them since. But when I took this trip where I hauled all this stuff, I happened to see they had put a whole new stack, sticker puzzles, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went ahead and picked up the 3 that they found, or 3 that they had. There's only 4 puzzles in each. So this one, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it again, I'm getting a glare from my light, but this one is a cats and dogs puzzle. And just to show you, if you haven't seen them or don't know what I'm talking about, how they work is you get this little puzzle that's a grid and it's numbered. And then on the next, or in the back here, you'll have a page of the stickers that are all kind of mixed up and they're all numbered. So you peel the stickers off, put them on the number where they go, and, create your little puzzle picture. Again, to some may seem totally stupid and silly. For me, this was relaxing, and it was something different to do other than just like a coloring book. So I enjoyed them. So I like I said, I picked up the 3 that they had. There is this cats and dogs one. Then there is this one here that says barnyard fun. So it's all kind of like barn scenes. And then, just to kind of show you the inside of those, again, there's the sticker pages. And then it also has 2 coloring pages in there as well. So not a lot for $1, but I will tell you, these do take a little while to do, even though it's a children's thing. To find the number you want and put it into your picture, come back at the next number. It does take a little while to complete a whole picture. So for $1, for me, that's worth it. Just to have something to kind of like relax and do. And again, if you have kids, they may love these. I don't know. Then this one is unicorns. And so that one was really cute. I picked that one up too. But like I said, I hadn't seen these in months. So after I had finished those first 2 that I bought, I was like, oh, I need to get some more of those. It looks like in this series, there's also another book, which is Pirates. I didn't see that one at my store. So maybe somebody already bought all those, or maybe they didn't have those, or who knows? Maybe I just didn't look good enough through the whole stack. Maybe I just found these 3 and said, that's good enough. But since I was doing the books, I thought I'd go ahead and throw these in too, just to give you guys an idea if it's something you think that your kids would like. Or if you like to do coloring and things like that, like I do, I don't think you're ever too old to color. It's, if you've ever done any research on it or looked into it, it's extremely therapeutic. It's very relaxing. So I don't care if you're 4, you're 24, or 64. Coloring is not a bad thing if you enjoy doing it. So anyway, that's everything from this haul, guys. And I will, like I said, link those books down below. And if any of you have read any of them, you know, certainly feel free to let me know. And maybe when I finish those, I'll come back and do a, you know, review of the ones, or of those books. The Christmas ones will probably be in a separate video if I do intend to do a Christmas reading challenge to kind of keep myself motivated. But that is actually where I'm heading now, to try and do some catch up on this fall reading, because I'm not going to lie, we are, what, 2-3 days from, well, while I'm filming this video, I'm 2-3 days from October, and I'm not very far into that pile, so I need to do some catching up. So I'm hoping to finish a book tonight, maybe pick up one of the other short ones, and either get a really good jump on that one or finish that one as well. If I can find one that's, you know, pretty short, 100 pages or so, I can probably bust that out still tonight. So that is my plan, and that is my haul. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Any comments, feedback, always appreciated. Again, feel free to follow me over on Instagram. Tag me in any posts related to any of the videos that you've seen on my page that you enjoy. Share your Instagram with me. I'm always looking for other ideas along these lines, so I'm always happy to hear from you guys. I get so much inspiration from other people on YouTube and Instagram, so I feel like the more people share, the better it is. And that is all, guys. So I hope you guys have a great night, and thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great night.